Pretty Wonderful was a professional wrestling tag team composed of Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff and Pretty Paul Roma, who competed in World Championship Wrestling in 1993 and 1994. History. The making of the team leading up to Orndorff and Roma teaming together. Paul Roma was a part of the Four Horsemen, while Paul Orndorff came off a stint as the WCW World Television Championship. Roma and Anderson would only hold on to the gold for a little over a month before losing the gold to the Nasty Boys after a short and relatively uneventful title reign. After the 1993 pay-per-view Battle Bowl, the Horsemen Paul Roma and Arn Anderson faced the semi-regular team of Paul Orndorff and Stunning Steve Austin on WCW Saturday Night. During the match, Roma acted very indifferent to his tag team partner, sowing the seeds for his heel turn. Next, Roma teamed with Eric Watts to take on the team of Orndorff and Austin once again. This time, Roma took it a step further and attacked Eric Watts before announcing that he was now teaming with Paul Orndorff. Pretty Wonderful under the tutelage of manager Masked Assassin. The team quickly began to work well together in a feud with Marcus Alexander Bagwell and Too Cold Scorpio. After a few months as a team, they targeted the then WCW World Tag Team Championship Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan. The champions had one last defense against former champions the Nasty Boys that also saw Kevin's injured brother Dave. The match degraded into a brawl that saw Pretty Wonderful interfere, using Dave's crutch to attack the champions. Before leaving the ring, they also took a couple of shots at the Nasty Boys for good measure. Going into Bash at the Beach 1994, Pretty Wonderful had the advantage as both champions were suffering from injuries inflicted by the challenges on previous occasions. Cactus Jack and Kevin Sullivan were unable to hold off Roma and Orndorff as Pretty Wonderful left the ring with the gold. After winning the titles, Pretty Wonderful was immediately challenged by the Nasty Boys, but the Nasty Boys were never able to take the gold from the champions. Next, Pretty Wonderful were challenged by the duo of Stars and Stripes at Fall Brawl. The champions retained, but a week later the championship changed hands when Stars and Stripes got the 1, 2, 3. Pretty Wonderful was granted a rematch against the new champions with a match booked for Halloween Havoc. Pretty Wonderful regained the titles when Roma used one of the title belts to knock Bagwell out cold. At Clash of the Champions 29, Stars and Stripes were granted one final shot at the tag team titles. But the challengers also had to put up the Patriot's mask on the line. If they lost, he would unmask. After a controversial double pin, Stars and Stripes were declared the winners, and thus put an end to Pretty Wonderful's second and final run with the gold. Aftermath. After their last title loss, Roma and Orndorff went their separate ways, with Roma being used as enhancement talent to help build young stars. Roma would be fired less than 3 months later, due to kicking out early in a match where he lost to Alex Wright at Super Brawl v. Orndorff remained with the company until an injury cut his in-ring career short at the end of 1995. Championships and accomplishments. World Championship Wrestling. WCW World Television Championship, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. WCW World Tag Team Championship.